Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. My name is Daniel and I'm the High Mileage Helper. On this channel, my goal is to be able to help you learn more about the RV transporting industry, as well as give how-to videos for your truck and then give recommendations along the way. So this is our first time meeting. Just consider subscribing, hitting the like button if you get good value. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing the Brute fifth wheel toolbox and how this might be a good setup for you coming up. So to begin with, I do want to share with you my experience in the past leading up to me purchasing this toolbox. My first 2 years out on the road, I didn't buy a toolbox because I thought it wasn't worth it. I could fit stuff, in the cab or fit stuff just, being thrown around all around in the bed. And I was just too cheap to upgrade to a full real toolbox. And I just said it wasn't worth it. That was mistake number one, because there's so many things we need to carry for breakdowns, for maintenance out on the road, for things that you can't just fit everything in your cab. You've got to be able to sleep in your back seat. Things can just really add up in your cab. And so between the cab and the back, things just kind of floating around, it's just really worth it to get a real toolbox and to do it right, have a permanent fixed item to be able to hold all these other things you need to be out of the elements. And so this was really the first mistake I had. Number two was the last 2 years, I had the wrong toolbox. I had a rail high toolbox that was oversized. It was way too big. Everything inside that was sloshing around. Everything was floating around as I would make turns because I didn't have it completely filled up. There was no organization. Everything was just everywhere. And so that was a really big headache, a real big nightmare. I've had some spills in there, and it was just the wrong toolbox for my application. Also, the other major problem was I was living in fear because this oversized toolbox would not allow me to get to a fifth wheel without going way high or way low to be able to adjust to get it lined up for the fifth wheel hookup. So for a good portion of the last 2 years, I haven't been taking as many fifth wheels because my toolbox was such a nightmare to get it just hooked up, even though fifth wheels should be much easier than even just a bumper pull. A fifth wheel hookup took quite a long time, and also just driving down the road, I would be concerned because my toolbox was so high and the fifth wheel was, potentially got so low depending on the terrain. I was always so concerned about something being damaged, whether my toolbox, and then maybe the lid coming up and doing more damage and me not noticing, or just the actual hitch, the fifth wheel hitch, the unit that I'm delivering getting damaged from my toolbox. So anyways, I really was concerned about that. And so not having the right toolbox and then purposely buying the wrong toolbox were my two big mistakes over these last 4 years. It really has led me to this toolbox. This is the right toolbox for my application that I desperately need for many different reasons, for the safety, for damaging, for organization. It fits everything that I need, and it's just the right fit for the right application. For me, this is where I finally ended up at. And I actually heard about going to a place called Dan's Hitch, danshitch.com or Dan's Service Center. I actually heard about Dan's Service Center from a guy on one of the many Facebook groups that I'm in for RV transporting. Sean, I believe it's Sean McDaniels or Sean Daniels. He is the guy who has constantly been sending people to Dan's for years now, and I finally took him up on it for me to actually go to Dan's. Dan's is in Elkhart, Indiana, and so that's a little bit out of the way for me, being that I'm with Synergy. And so I took the chance, taking extra time to go up there and check out Dan's. And if you saw my previous video where I did a vlog video going to Texas, you'll see that I kind of reviewed this. And on that video, I just kind of shared my overall thoughts of having this toolbox and the 7-pin setup that I now have, and just my first thoughts of Dan's Service Center up in Elkhart. And I just highly recommend you go to Dan's. They have the right people, they have the right stuff, and the right prices. That's just all there is to it. It's very simple. It's a one-stop shop place. And so I ended up up getting this toolbox from Dan's in Elkhart, Indiana, and they are very helpful, very knowledgeable, and the price was very good. And they had this thing in stock, and so with tons of drivers all over the place, they have things in stock. And so I do want to give you an idea of what I am going to be keeping in each different compartment, but overall, just my overall impression, and be able to look inside and see for yourself what's actually in here and how much space there is. There's quite a bit of space in this toolbox, even though it does obviously come down a little bit in the middle. And so let's go ahead and get right into it. All right, guys, so starting with the left side, this is really the side that I'm going to be using the most. I'll be keeping things that I use on a routine basis, things that I need for every single trip, small little tools, things to make my life easier, mainly because it's on the left side where I'll be coming from the driver's side to be able to get to tools to begin with. So this will be the most easy access to be able to get to things. And so for me, I'll just be doing this left side as more easy access things. There are some tools in there. There also are some parts, some other filters. But these are things that I use more on a regular basis compared to the other two compartments. So this is really going to be my go-to for hooking up trailers and any type of small little things to get taken care of. So it's got a nice little latch to be able to then turn, and it's got a lock on here as well. So I don't know how much I'll actually be using these locks because I'll be using my tailgate as a lock for all three compartments, but it does give you the option if you want to keep some compartments locked that you don't ever use, but you do have valuables in there, or maybe you don't have a tailgate to actually have on the back here. This may be a great thing for you to have these three locks to have on every single door. So with this unlocked and the latch opened, I'm going to be able to open the door all the way here. So with this light now being on to where you can actually kind of see inside here a little bit, see kind of the type of things that I keep in here. I do just want to kind of emphasize the seal on these doors. This is a really good layer of rubber or some type of mesh material that actually seals it up fairly well. I don't know if it's completely waterproof, but it's got a solid seal around there. And it would take a lot of crazy rain flying sideways or something to be able to get through this. So very pleased with the seal. With the actual door, you know, it's aluminum. And so you can say what you want about aluminum being thin or being able to break into it. But this setup at the door, I'm very pleased with. It's got a good lock on it as well. But so you can obviously see quite a bit of things in here that I use on a regular basis. But I'm going to go ahead and take everything out of here and kind of show you the inside scoop from this compartment and be able to share with you the workmanship and the quality of this fifth wheel and the kind of area that you're going to be working with. So let me go ahead and do that now. All right, guys, now that I've got this emptied out, just want to quickly share with you. When I had this installed, Dan's Service Center, Dan's Hitch, they put these monster self-tappers in here. There's one there, and then there's also two in the other compartment and then two in the center compartment as well. So very pleased with this. This toolbox is not going to be going anywhere. So essentially, as you're kind of looking in here, you're seeing it's basically a big rectangle or square, and then down below it's kind of got a little drop down there, angled, and then you've got an extension where it kind of goes even lower. So essentially, if you've got more things that are smaller, you might be able to shove back in here and be able to give you maximum space if you need that. This is absolutely the setup for me because I've got some big square things, I've got some round things to be able to fit back in there in the far corner. And so this is basically the perfect setup for me, having all the things that I use on a regular basis in one container, or other parts or other things that might come up in the back. So this is the left side, and this is what I'm going to be using it for. All right, so moving on to the center compartment, I'll just open up the latch here, and we'll take a look inside. So first off, just right off the bat, you might notice something. I don't have a wall on the right side. That is something that I asked them to do. It is a convenience. He did it for free, and I really do appreciate them doing that for me. I had them do that for me because I really wanted my centerpiece to be able to connect with one of the two sides so that I could have my distribution bars be put through the centerpiece and then go out to the right or to the left. So I just chose for the right side to be opened up. They were able to get that piece out and to be able to smooth out the welds and to be able to clean it up pretty good. So this is my centerpiece is what I'm really going to be using for chains, for my things that I'm not going to be using every day, but every once in a while. Maybe jumper cables to hook somebody else up, my triangles for a breakdown, something along those lines. For maybe more of a problem to have to deal with. This is the compartment that I'm going to be using. So again, I've got those two self-tappers in the center there. I am not concerned about this toolbox sliding or moving around at all. And again, it also has the seal, if you can see that, really good seal along the side here for water or anything getting in there. So this does have its own support to be able to hold it up. So you're not going to be, getting knocked in the head trying to lean over to see inside. It does keep this up all the way. You could, take it off if you didn't want to, but for me, it's just a great convenience to have this. So this is the centerpiece, and this is kind of a maybe second tier type of location that I'll be keeping certain things in here that I won't be using as often. All right, guys, so this is the right side. And I've already taken everything out of here. I'll have a full review of everything that I do keep in this toolbox later on. This video would be 10 miles long if I were to include everything in this video. So be looking out for that video in the near future. So I did just want to share with you what it does look like from the right side since this wall is actually gone. So this does open it up a bit more. You are able to get your distribution bars through here. And let me get the light in here a little bit better. So this is my setup for the right side. Plenty of room, same thing as the other side, just that wall is now cut off. And I'm able to get things a little longer in here if I need to be able to make this fit. So again, I do have the self-tappers in there, so 6 altogether. They're monster self-tappers. This thing is going nowhere. Again, the seal as well for this whole operation. All right, guys, so you might be able to tell on the right side, I've got it all the way pushed to the right. That was my choice. And again, the left side, I purposely did this all so that my in-bed 7-pin hookup could actually fit there. It's a 2-foot extension that I did pick up from Dan's. It goes down like that with a 90-degree so that you could have it hooked up from the back where I'm at right here, be able to pull it over here, or have it more pointing towards the front where it's going to connect to the actual 7-pin for the trailer. So this little bit of a difference certainly isn't going to matter a whole lot for weight overall, and for me it's the right choice to be able to have this little access way to be able to get through here. So this is my setup for the Brute 5th wheel toolbox that I picked up from Dan's. So I'm actually very pleased with this setup. This toolbox is going to fit my needs. It's organized. I actually had that custom little job done to the right side there. And I'm just very happy with this overall setup, with the doors especially. The only problem you might have is if you are in a hurry and you try to close your tailgate while one of your doors are open. If you try to do that and you do it real abruptly, you're probably going to break the hinge. You're going to damage the toolbox somehow. So just make sure before you close your tailgate, make sure that the doors are closed. One thing you could do that would still be a problem is if both doors were open all the way. I'm sure you would still damage it, but yeah, right there, you're not going to want to do that. So just make sure both doors are secure and you are good to go for the road. So that's my review of the Brute 5th wheel toolbox. And my setup is going to be a little bit different than yours, I'm sure. Maybe you're going to follow my lead by the different types of things I keep in each specific container. But make it your own. Decide what you're going to do, what's most convenient for you. when you're out there working hard, trying to get hooked up with a trailer, getting unhooked, taking care of problems, blown tires, issues that just come up. And so I will be putting out a video in the future going through every single thing that I keep in these compartments and why I keep them, so that maybe you can go purchase those things or whatever you need. Maybe it sparks an idea for you that something else that can help you. So I will be doing that video in the near future. So going forward, I'm just very pleased with the amount of space this has, how the organization of it, and certainly the price point. And then to top it off, going to Dan's and getting this thing done right, bolted down their way, and actually getting one of the two sides cut out, freeing up some even more space for longer items. So for me, it's a no-brainer, and I'm hoping this can help you even if you don't get a fifth wheel toolbox. Go ahead and check out Dan's. They do have those low-profile ones as well. Maybe if you just want the flat ones, if you have no intention of getting a fifth wheel, so why on earth would you get this toolbox? It's still a great thing for organizing different sections. So even if you don't have a fifth wheel, this is still a great option. So hopefully you can be better organized when you are out on the road, and this toolbox can be a help to you. With all that being said, I hope you have a great day today. Stay safe, and God bless, guys.